it's still spinning. There we go.
Oh,
Hey,
let's talk about June.
AKA, hey, y'all.
Hey, y'all. Let's talk about
y'all.
June, baby. Let's talk about you and eBay, Samantha.
Let's talk about
me
June,
and eBay. So I don't know what kind of a year I had last year. I haven't really looked, but normally I run my numbers and then thank you, honey. Normally I run my numbers and then I say, oh, well, okay, whatever, things are a little down. And then I compare them to last year and I'm like, boom, I'm growing. This is great. For June, I compared them to last year. And apparently my June last year was phenomenal because I was down like a ridiculous percent, like 80% or something. I was like, whoa, broke my heart. So, but I was only down a little bit from last month, from the month before, from May. Okay. And it just lit a fire in me to make sure that I am listing and keeping up with my listing goal. I redid my calculator, revisited it, tracked it better, and just have been really focusing on making sure that I'm getting my weekly listing, like amount that I need listed. And that's all I'm focusing on right now.
Okay. All right. I feel like we're going to have to talk you down a little bit. But you've already talked yourself down. I
talked myself down. Sales are hard right now, but Q4 is going to be amazing because I'm going to have so much awesome stuff in my store. It's going to be ready.
Yes. Did you go back and listen to our summer slowdown episode?
I was going to say, I'd like to refer you to our summer slowdown episode to get your head back in order because it's just a matter of changing your focus.
I did already listen to it once for PEP.
Did you say perhaps?
No, for PEP.
Oh.
For PEP, to get pepped up. Because I think we did say in the episode that, even though we're recording this and giving this advice, summer is still going to be hard and we're still going to need people to pick us up and remind us of all the things, the beautiful, wonderful things we said in that episode.
Mm-hmm.
We're immune. It happens to us too.
Right?
Yeah, but just got to keep listing. Just keep swimming.
Yes.
If y'all are here right now listening to us talk about June, make sure you give us a little comment, say hi, let us know you're here, all that good stuff.
And let us know how your June was.
Yes.
We want to know.
I feel almost guilty saying it, but my June was good.
Great. I'm so happy for you.
Not exactly where my goals were set, but pretty close. I mean, it was on par with where I was before the whole vacation. Because what was it? Last month I was down 42%. This year, this month I'm back to where I have been previously. However,
it's because I'm back.
It's because Molly's back. So I have Molly back. However, I have to say, I have put so much work in. I am absolutely June slayed me. I knew I was going to have to pay for the trips I took and all of that stuff. And I mean, pay for it and financially, but also with the work I was doing. I mean, I just pretty much to make the same amount I was making before in June. I mean, it was just nonstop. It was absolute nonstop work. And I'm going to keep that up through July because we're leaving in August. So, yeah.
All right.
I'm going to keep going. So let's talk percentages where we sold stuff because I added a new platform in July.
Yes, you did.
I added Etsy I should say I added Etsy back in. I'm not totally new to Etsy, but it's been a couple years. Toward the end of July.
June.
Toward the end of June.
Confused me because you said July. I'm like, wait a minute, what?
Yeah.
She added it yesterday and she's had so much success already.
So I had Etsy accounted for 1% of my sales after just 2 weeks. I mean, that's pretty significant.
Right.
I'm happy with that. And when you consider that Poshmark is at 6%, I mean, Etsy just for 2 weeks and just starting is at All right. I think I'm gonna like it better than Poshmark.
The results were pretty immediate. Like you were like, all right, Etsy store's up. And the next day you're like, I sold stuff.
Yeah. So I'm happy with that. I think I sold another thing today. So
Nice.
I got to figure out how that offer thing works on Etsy. It's not automatic.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I took an offer, but this order didn't show up yet.
Yes. So when you take an offer, it's not automatic. It changes the listing and sends it back to them so that they can purchase it at that lower price that you agreed on.
Oh,
but
so they may not
still
purchase
have
it.
like one more step until it's an actual order.
Oh, okay.
And it expires after so long or whatever. So it doesn't sit there forever and it's not visible to everybody.
Oh, that was my next question. Can everybody get it at that price?
No, like if you have something listed for $30 and someone sends you a $25 offer, you accept it. It sends them back the same listing at $25 just for them. They have to say, okay, cool, and finish the checkout process in order for it to be finished. Yeah.
All right. So maybe I didn't make a sale on Etsy today.
I don't know what we're doing. Is this for our story or something?
Oh, I don't know.
She's social media ass.
Oh, I was reading Vanessa's comment. Oh, look at the snazzy new mic Livy has. So it's not, I've had this mic. This has been my mic. This mic was actually a very pivotal moment for me. So I'll just tell the story of the microphone. So I had when we started doing Consignment Chats, I had a very unsupportive partner.
That we're live.
Hi.
Hey.
We're live. Where can they find us, y'all?
YouTube.
Facebook.
We're live on YouTube right now doing our month in review. So if you're not here right now, you better jump on over. And if you missed it, don't worry. You can catch us and watch the replay and give us some comments because we want to know how your June was. Come join us.
Yeah, I know. She's all bandaged up. So the story of the microphones, I had a very unsupportive partner that was absolutely not in support of me doing the podcast. And it was my birthday. And so typically the kids and him would go in and get me something for my birthday. And the kids had apparently reached out and said, we want to get Mom. We're really excited about her podcast and the new adventure. Aww. And we want to get her a Yeti microphone. And they picked it all out. And he was like, no. So anyway, fine. But my kids were like, well, we were getting it anyway. And they went ahead and they bought me the microphone for my birthday. It was a total surprise. And it just, I don't know, it gave me like that boost I needed. Because it was like, when somebody's in your head telling you it's a bad idea, it's stupid, it's, all of those things. And, I felt like, oh my gosh, like they believe in me. They're excited. And it was just, so I love this microphone. I will always have this microphone. It was just that pivotal moment where it was like, oh, somebody believes it. Like my kids believe in me, Aww. So, and they've been so supportive, like through everything. And I love it.
Yeah. So that I had to go get one to be like Libby, but mine has no beautiful story to it. I wanted one too, because, it sounded good.
I just yell a lot, so.
Yes.
Your kid leading you is the best.
I could cry even now when I think about it. Like every time they're here and I'm recording something, I'm like, look, the microphone. Like, do you guys know how much that meant to me at that point in time? Like, it was just.
They just roll their eyes and go, okay, Mom, just microphone.
Cool. Like, it's such a big moment.
Right. I don't know if they think I'm cool, but yeah.
They do. Let's not go that far. Huh?
I like to think they do.
So my video I just made didn't work. Dadgummit. Oh well.
It didn't?
No.
I put all that effort into waving and saying hi.
I know.
Well, how did it not work?
Because I didn't know. I went live to do it, and it wasn't long enough to post.
Oh yeah, it has to be at least a minute or something.
I didn't stay on a minute.
So can you go into, all right, so little Instagram tutorial here. Can you go into, open up Insta? You were on Insta, right?
Yeah.
Go into Insta and those 3 lines. When you're on the page, you see the 3 lines at the upper right-hand corner.
Yeah.
Click that.
Yeah.
Go to archive. And there's a drop down up at the top where you can either see live archive, stories archive, posts archive.
Ooh. And then can you like download it and share it from there?
You can you should be able to share it right from there if it's saved. Yes. All right.
It did not save.
It didn't?
Nope.
Did you drop down to the live archive?
Yep, it did not save.
Okay.
Bummer. That's good.
All right.
Wait a minute.
Oh.
Wait a minute. Yes, it did. It must have just been finishing up. Hold on. All right.
All right, there. We got a little Instagram tutorial here for those of you that do lives and you're wondering where the heck they go. They're there. They're in your archive. So, and you can repost them from there. All right. Yes, kids believing in me is the best. I love it. Oh, thanks, Billy. That's so sweet. All right. So, Vanessa, I love that your twins are so supportive of your YouTube channel. And I think that is amazing. I'm just so blown away by what you are doing and you know how real it is, and you know people with type 1 diabetes I'm sure are going to relate, and it will just be so great to have that space. So yay. Love it. All right, so back to my numbers. Yeah, so Poshmark was 6%, Shopify was 6%, Etsy 1%, eBay coming in at the 86% mark. Yeah. And my numbers were good. I have a ways to go, but I'm going to keep building. And Shopify. So that was my main thing. Like when I talked about last month, I wanted to grow my Shopify and local sales because I was at 3%. I'd kind of fallen off with the live selling and I wasn't really focusing my efforts, but now we have the website set. We have our new software. So I'm just going to really focus for the next couple of months on getting that number up because that's kind of like my community barometer, right? Most people in my community will be Shopify sales. So it is a good barometer of how effectively I'm interacting with the community, making sales in the community and recycling those goods and money throughout my community. So that's where my focus gotta be. Yeah. Oh, Facebook Marketplace was 0%, even though I did make one sale. It didn't register. Yeah.
Right, because it's just a blip. You made like a shippable sale?
No, local sale.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, local sale.
I dipped back into my auction group a little bit in June and like that cleared some stuff out. It was good. And then that helped push my Shopify a little bit too, because I got some new people looking at that and getting local orders. My husband says that he can revamp my room while we are in Gatlinburg in August. So I shut down incoming consignment for the end of June and beginning of all of July, so that I can kind of reset back to zero, empty out this room, and then have a fresh start in August when I come back. So it's definitely weird. It's weird.
Do you have enough inventory to pull you through? Okay. All right.
Yeah. So I go about 6 to 8 weeks out with stuff anyways. So it should be just about perfect if I keep my focus going and get all this stuff done.
Yeah. All right. I love that. I'm excited for the room redo as well.
So reminds me of that old TLC show, The Trading Spaces, where they come in and reveal. Like you're gonna have to show us the big reveal. You're gonna have to film that when you get out.
He's already like I'm painting and putting up some shelves. Like, he's like, I just want you to know, like, it's not like a huge remodel job. And I'm like, no, that's going to be amazing. And he's like, it's paint and shelves. And I was like, yes.
I want a big reveal. Tell Bill we want the big reveal. Get Maria involved and just do a big reveal.
Oh,
I
that would be
sent
so
him-
fun.
I sent him a YouTube tutorial on how to make hexagon shelves. So I really want those. We'll see. I don't know.
Is
They're
that
gonna be-
really the most space?
Oh, they're not for
efficient?
space. I want a pretty wall. I want to be on here and have that wall be pretty, and it's gonna hold some displayed consignment, but it's gonna be pretty for our videos. And then the rest of it is gonna get a little revamp for being efficient and good for stuff. But that wall, my whole thing is I want that wall to be pretty.
You need pretty spaces. I
Yes.
believe in pretty workspaces to feel good while you work.
And
some
Samantha's
stuff,
getting a nice ring light so we can see her face even better soon. It's going to be great. She's going to be totally on display.
yeah.
It's
We're
exciting.
brightening that baby up,
Yeah.
If Michigan would get sunnier, that would help too, but
right?
constantly
Right?
gray. But there's stuff that I list. Like, I was listing stuff last night and I was like, oh, that's so cute. And then I have to put it in a box and store it in a basement. And I'm like, it should be up until it sells. So there's stuff that I'll get to pick and put on the shelves to
Highlight
enjoy.
those items.
Yeah, until it sells.
I like that.
And then I can make Facebook sorting with Samantha videos that say, look
Mm.
at the stuff we have on display this week. And
Yeah.
then maybe it'll sell faster.
Yeah.
I love that. Look at the stuff we have on display this week.
And I'll want to spend more time in my office and less time making excuses to work downstairs.
I remember when Molly did that all the time.
When I did what?
When you made
Sorry.
excuses to work downstairs all the time. Like way back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not anymore. Then we made this beautiful office downstairs for me. So I had an actual office, and then my husband took it over. And then I made a beautiful office up here. Yeah. And now I'm upstairs all the time and not downstairs in my beautiful office down there. That's now his beautiful office. That's all right. His beautiful office was not as big of an eyesore as mine because you would walk right in our front door, and to the left is like an open office. And so there was so much stuff in there, and I hated that. But everybody would tell me when you walk in the front door of our house, your eye doesn't go left, it goes straight to the hallway, to the back rooms and windows and deck and kitchen, not over here. But so now that his office looks the way it does, it's much more appealing for the downstairs area.
There you go.
They put me in my shambles upstairs, and I try to do it right.
Molly in motion.
Molly is in motion all over the upstairs up here. I'm taking it over.
Yeah. So I want to know in the comments how everybody's June was. Like, you heard about Samantha and I think she's breaking up with eBay.
No, I'm focusing on my listing.
Yes.
Focus on your listing.
Oh, that was just
That's what
your
I'm
joke.
doing too, since I'm back from my 7-week epic adventure.
Yeah.
I am now focusing on listing to get my sales rolling again.
Which in turn helped me. Because
Right?
it's under my store. Yeah.
Right.
Yay. So you're just going to see my numbers. No, actually, July so far has been uber rough. Uber. So I don't know if all that work and the long hours I'm putting in are going to pay off in July. I might have to wait until September or
Well,
October.
that's what they're paying off in the fourth quarter for sure.
Right.
So.
Yeah, definitely.
Right.
Yes. So what was, go ahead.
So we were on some other shows, one of which premieres today, but we recorded it in June. So we were on the Finders Flippers Resell podcast, and I'm putting the link in the comments.
I can't wait to watch it. I'm hoping Wes was kind with the editing.
Right.
We got a little,
I
we got a little nuts there.
That is true. I guess I should have watched it before we shared that. But there we go. Our face is on it. So
it's too late now. It's out there.
Previewed first. Oops.
They were a lot of fun. So that is Stuart from Franklin Hill Venture. That is one that he does with a couple of his buddies. And yeah, that was fun.
So much fun. Oh my gosh.
Apparently one of them lives like down the street from Molly. So
That's
like
wild.
seriously, y'all, we could that's a little hilly. If when Molly in Motion gets really in shape, I could walk to his house. Like literally. It was the craziest thing. He's like, "Oh, and I live in Greensboro," and I'm like, "What? Where in Greensboro?" And he's like, "Where do you live?" And I'm like, "Near the airport." And he's like, "Oh, we're neighbors." And then
yeah,
we
he's
go
like, I'm
home.
over by Lowe's or whatever.
Yeah, and then we're like, he's like, "I'm right by Lowe's." I'm like, "You mean like the grocery store? Like right there? Like right there?"
Wild.
That was funny.
Yeah.
So that was a lot of fun.
Yeah. So I had, all right. So the Real, because that was also 0%, even though I made a sale, because I've talked about the Real many times on here when we do our monthly updates, because it's a good place for things I can't authenticate. And I was getting between 40 and 60%. So I had this Furla bag that I was certain was authentic, but like I'm not comfortable enough to post it on eBay because the consigner is buys stuff secondhand and sells it. You know what I mean? The stuff wasn't that reliable. It wasn't like the person bought it new, and so I didn't have any of the documentation. So I had this beautiful red leather Furla bag, and I sent it in, and I didn't really think twice about it. And the commission on it was 20%. Because I didn't check. And I was talking to my friend and she said, yeah, the standard commission is 20%. There's like tiers once you earn so much. So I must have dropped back down a couple tiers, or maybe it's different for different. I don't usually send in handbags.
Brands and prices as well. There's a lot of different criteria for the tiers. Yeah.
I don't know, but I didn't have time to read all of it. I thought they sold it. I made $19 on it, which was a little painful.
Oof.
So, I just wanted to kind of like back up a little bit. And, if you guys were listening to me before about the Real, check out their percentages first. The sell-through rate has been like almost 100% on anything I've sent them. However, yeah, do your research, maybe reconsider that as an option.
I feel this. So I think of the Real every time I hear other consigners talk about doing like tiered stuff like that, or they have, and it's same with, I'll never use the Real because I don't like any of that. I don't want to keep track of it. I don't want to read all the fine print and figure out where I lay with whatever. And I feel that way when people talk about doing tiered consignment rates and the different levels and, we do this, but only when we do this. And we do, It's so complicated. It makes me sad because I'm like, you could just make it so much easier for everybody, for them and their clients.
We like things simple, don't we?
Right.
We're a simple people.
Well, you just heard me. I mean, now that you're saying that, it makes total sense. Because I'm like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to be doing that again.
Yeah.
Right. Like, it's just too much for me now.
It's a
like,
deterrent.
It was simple. Yeah. It was, now I'm just like,
Yeah.
All right. Just kind of.
And there are a lot of brick and mortars that do that kind of thing. And I just feel like they're missing opportunities.
I wonder.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I wonder.
I don't know. Tell me in the comments why a tiered system works, I guess. Tell me. Argue with me. Tell me. Come on.
I think we need to do a spotlight on somebody that does a tiered percentage, because I don't think we ever have.
That's true. We haven't delved into that.
Yeah. Because
there must be Vanessa's eBay numbers and go girl.
Oh, I'm not on the comments. Let's see.
Oh, all right. Here, I'm going to pop it right up here. eBay 69%, the highest this year.
Nice.
PM. I'm like, what's PM? Poshmark 22%. Mercari 0%. Etsy 9% average. Wow. All right.
So I've heard a lot of people say that Mercari is down for them, but like me, I haven't been cross-listing to Mercari. I've been doing my Poshmark, Facebook, eBay, of course, is always on there, but I don't know. Mercari just kind of slid away on me, so I need to get back into that.
Or
no, I like Mercari. I like Mercari. I need somebody to cross list for me or something. I don't know.
You can always let it go. It's okay. It's okay to let
No,
a
I should be letting
go.
Poshmark go because I have only had like one sale a month on there. So it's not, the last couple of months is not doing well for me.
Really?
I've had lots of likes. I'm sending lots of offers. I'm putting all this stupid time into it. And I've had hardly any. I think the month of June, I had 2 Poshmark sales. It was terrible.
I mean, mine was only 6%, but it was still a significant amount of sales. And
mine's like 0%. It's terrible. It's all eBay and local sales at this point.
Did you try Billy's? You know how when we did the come list with us, was it last month? She was talking about how she does the percentages. I forget even what you call it, Billy.
Oh,
but like
well,
one day you'll do a bulk offer of like 20%.
Yeah, I used to do that.
Okay. You used to before your sale slid off or after? And then the next day you do 30, or the next week you do 30, like you stagger it.
Yeah, so I still do that.
Waterfall. Thank you, Vanessa.
Waterfall, kind of. That's kind of a waterfall. Because if you watch the YouTube videos on a true waterfall method, they're doing it in discounts where they're like cutting their prices, not necessarily offers. So they're bottoming out their store. I tried that part and it was bottoming out my store because it was during like closet clear out. You would do it. You would decrease.
Yeah, I don't care for the closet clear out.
Yeah. But the offers, the bulk offers part, I still do that. I will send out, like my initial offers are 20%. And then the next week I'll go through and send out 30% ones. And it really doesn't matter. I've been playing around with like giving them a shipping discount, not giving them a shipping discount, doing that. And that doesn't seem to make a difference one way or the other. I'm just not making sales on Poshmark. I don't know.
They're on a break, it sounds like, Libby. They're having a little problem. They might need couples therapy.
Poshmark is giving me too much attention lately. It's giving Vanessa and I too much attention.
They need couples
Poshmark doesn't have time for you, or Samantha.
Right?
Yeah. All right. Billy said she's never done a closet clear out.
I tried it. I gave it my all. I tried it several times to say that I tried it. And all it did was bottom out my prices. And I ended up delisting and relisting back at my regular prices because it was, it bottomed it out so bad. But I gave it, like I researched it and I gave it my true like waterfall closet clear out try. It was terrible. I don't recommend it for anybody.
I didn't like it because I couldn't update my prices back. Like you're supposed to be able to just update your prices back after you do the closet clear out, and it never worked right.
No, so you have to delist and relist everything. It's terrible.
I did make sales through the closet clear out, but it just wasn't enough. It was too much hassle. It wasn't worth it. Yeah. But I've ever since Billy taught me how to do the waterfall offers, I mean, my Poshmark sales have been good. That was really,
Yeah, because the nice thing is if you send to the 20s, then that goes first. And then anybody who's already had a 20% gets the 30%.
So here's what I do. I do 10% auto offer. I have 10% auto offer. So everybody gets 10%. And then, in every 2 days, I'll run a 20% off. And then in another 2 days, I'll do a 30% off. So I'll do auto is 10, bulk offer 20, and then 2 days later, bulk offer 30.
Does anybody ever purchase anything at 10% off? Like your initial offer? Yeah. Okay. I had tried doing 10%. I'd even tried 15% for my auto offers, and I didn't seem to get any traction unless I hit that 20% mark.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe we'll come up with a strategy for you. I don't know.
Right now, I don't have traction at all, so it doesn't matter. Whatever. I'm focusing on eBay and listing. Yes.
Your yearly goal has to do with eBay. So that is where your focus needs to be.
Yes.
I'm trying to get them to.
Why does that keep popping up? I keep going to read it.
Because if multiple people are clicking on it,
I'm not clicking on anything.
I'm the only one doing it. I'm doing it to make it blink so that y'all will look down and
Billy, eBay won out for me in June. Now that Molly's leaving it up there so I can read it. but it's
gonna
almost
list,
neck
guys.
and neck. But eBay won out for me in June, but it's almost neck and neck with Posh. That's pretty amazing that you have that. So do you have the same listings? And is there any difference like in the number of things you have listed or the quantity of items you have listed on eBay from eBay to Posh? Or is it like literally the same inventory and they're running neck and neck? That's what I want to know.
So, other things that happened in June. Dun, dun, dun. We just released an episode last night or this morning about where's my little thing? I need
the link lady. All right, and she has the same running. So I have pretty much the same, and I'm only at 6%, and Billy's like neck and neck, like 50-50. That's pretty wild.
So we just released an episode about the Thrifty app and what that's all about. So everybody after this, run over and check that out on our YouTube page. Most recent episode, number 183. And I started using it and we, to pilot it and try it out and test it out. I love it. I love the concept of it. I love the ease of how much it keeps track of for you. So we won't delve into that too much, but go to the website, sign up for it. Go watch our video. It's great.
Yeah.
But that was a highlight in June for sure.
Yeah. So what kind of sales? What was your best sale in June or favorite sale? I want to know in the comments and I want to know from you guys too.
My favorite sale. Okay, so my birthday was in June. Our wonderful friend Jill sent me some presents, and one of them, I didn't have a $3.95 blacklight. I just had a basic one that I use for rock picking that must be a 365. So I had that little Bluebird glass.
Leo Ward
Bluebird. I'd already sold a couple of them and I had one left. And Libby had learned that they have manganese and you can glow. They glow and they're green and they're great. Well, mine didn't glow. So Jill sent me this cool little flashlight that does both, and it glowed. So we did it. It glowed. I was like, yes, I needed to take more pictures. I need to, revamp my listing. Boom. It sold the next day without me even revamping the listing. I just touched it. I just held the little birdie and it sold on Etsy without me doing anything. So I thought that was funny. A little bummed because I was going to up the price a little bit, but it sold and that was funny. That was my funniest one.
I love that.
Yeah. Jill was like, did you retake the photos? And I was like, I shipped it out actually.
Let's see. How about you, Molly?
Hold on, I'm trying to save an image here so I can.
Oh, all right. So I had two favorite sales. I had, just because of the dollar value, the Mont Blanc pen. Went to Mexico City, Mexico. Very excited for that sale. It helped me make my numbers that week, which I wouldn't have even been close to had I not made that sale. So that was pretty amazing. And it came in like right before like that night, right? Where I was like, there's no way I'm making my numbers this week. And the sale just eked right in on Saturday. Jill and I were we were listening together and I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah, it was just stuff like that. I don't think it's rare that something like that would ever happen. The other one I just absolutely love is I had a Little Tikes strawberry shortcake toy box. Like a big, bulky strawberry from the 1980s. And that sold. So that was probably one of my favorite sales because I love strawberry shortcake. And, it was my friend's. She had some history with it. She was excited to have it find a new home.
That's always fun.
Yeah. And it went for $115, which I had it priced higher than that, but 150. I was very, very happy with that, as was she. Shipping, not my favorite. Shipping that big thing, it was horrible. I had to unpack a whole bunch of inventory to even get a box.
Oh wow.
And then I had to reinforce the box. And then, I finally get the thing all packed up and I take it over to my local drop off, which is like 10, 15 minutes away at Dollar General. And I knew walking in the door, I'm like, there's a chance they're just going to be like, that's too big. We're not going to take it. And FedEx, the drop off for FedEx is nowhere near me.
Right.
And it was such a busy day. And I took it over, and there was a nice guy working there. And he's like, all right, I'll clear off the shelf. As long as it fits on the shelf, we can take it. And he took it. So it all ended up well, because I was like, now what? This flipping strawberry. But it was a cool sale. I loved it.
Cool. All right, my favorite item, found it at an estate sale, and it was like literally hidden on the side wall, like beside a refrigerator, walking through the kitchen. And I picked it up and I was like, there's no price on this. And I asked the people, I'm like, is this even for sale? And they're like, oh, we missed that. And she's like, we're literally checking out. And I'm like, I just love it. And Nick's like, really? And I'm like, yeah, I just love it. I don't know what the comps are, but I just, you just fall in love with something. And I'm like, and usually he's like, you can't even say you'd keep it because it doesn't go with our house, right? So like, and I'm like, no, it's something special. I just love it. So we bought it, a couple of bucks. The lady throws out, how about just a couple of bucks, throw it in the pile. Okay. So it sold, and I was so excited. I made, I don't know, 30 something dollars off of it, but here it is. It is a primitive copper.
Oh, cool.
Like,
I remember when you brought that home.
Yes. I just thought it was the cutest, coolest thing and random, but yeah, it was my favorite sale for sure, because I was kind of like one of those told you so moments, but also because I loved it. And so I'm glad somebody else loved it. And now it has a new home to be appreciated.
Yes.
I love that.
So,
I had a told you so sale as well.
Oh my, don't you love a told you so sale?
I love it so much. It was a little stained glass candle, like tea light candle holder, or votive candle holder, I suppose. And I don't know, I probably paid $0.25 or 50 cents for it. And my husband told me it was ugly. And I was like, this is beautiful and somebody is going to buy it. And he kept telling me it was ugly. Every time he saw it on the shelf downstairs, he told me it was ugly. And it sold. And it didn't sell for very much, but I made money. And somebody else is going to love it because it's beautiful.
Love it.
Oh my gosh. Well, I guess my strawberry shortcake might have been a told you so kind of moment too. Because my mom walks in, because she does the photography, and she's like, I'm not photographed. What would you even take that for? That's ridiculous. And I just like, oh God, now it's in the way. And I'm like, don't worry about it. It's fine. And I was like, it's Polly's. And she was like, oh, okay. All right. Okay. And it settled down a little bit. But then I was like, yep, I'm not going to complain to her about shipping it. So I was like playing it all cool. No problem. Yeah. Told you it would sell.
Love it.
I sold some Lincoln Logs that paid for my whole box of Lincoln Logs that I sourced in May.
Nice.
Yeah, the end of May, I got a box of them. I sold a total of 16 logs out of the whole box that paid for more than the box.
Nice. You missed the whole Lincoln Log thing, Molly, I think. The second lot of Lincoln Logs.
The second saga of Lincoln Logs.
Oh, a second lot.
Yeah. You were West Coast Molly back then.
Oh, back when you were West Coast Molly, back then.
So do you want to talk about your adventure with the video games and what's going on with that? Because this is like an ongoing saga. Like they'll have to tune back in next month to hear.
Yes.
If we ever get our hands on them, right? So
the video games ever again. I
think in previous episodes I showed this and talked about this, and when we were in Washington State, we did a little day trip and with my brother-in-law and sister-in-law. And my sister-in-law usually is not a thrifter. Like that's just not her jam. She doesn't like to go with me. I'll go with my mother-in-law. Every now and then she'll go, but it's just not her thing. For some reason, this particular day, she was really into it. And I was like, oh, did I inject her with like the serum? I don't know. Because literally we had gone to a couple of places and we were heading home. And she was like, do you have a way to find out? Maybe we're going to pass another thrift store on our way between here and Olympia.
I love it.
What?
Hooked.
So of course I find one literally on the side of the road. Like I'm like, well, there's one coming up in the town that it was in, which I don't want to shame anybody, so I'm not going to say. But Charles, my brother, who's a detective, was like, oh, that's a shady area. It's not going to have any. Da, 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 da. We went in there, and it was one of those where you're literally shoulder to shoulder. It could take you hours to look at every little nook and cranny of stuff, and it didn't smell wonderful like the Salvation Army we went into smelled so good, but it was one of those where you're like looking around, and my sister-in-law is like out, like she was in for 2 minutes and she's out, and I'm like, this is the thrift she doesn't like. But I looked at Nick and I said, okay, I'm going to give us a challenge. Find one thing that we can resell before we leave. So as we walked in, they also had these sale tables out, and they had these big boxes filled with video games, Xbox, PlayStation, Wii, filled with them. So I'm looking at them, and I was like, oh, if one of the Bearded Bros or somebody was here, they might go nuts over these. They had them on sale like $10 a box, and it's probably 40 plus in a box. I'm just not a game. We're not going to mess with that. I mean, we're on the West Coast. We got to get it back to the East Coast. So anyway, we end up as we buy our few items that we found, and I found a plate that I didn't buy, but I took a picture and sent to Samantha from her neck of the woods.
That was so funny.
Isn't that funny? So anyway, we ended up buying a couple of items and found our few items. And as we're on our way back out the door, my brother-in-law and sister-in-law are in a conversation with one of the owners there. And she's like, no, I'll sell you every box for $2. I do not want to take these back in. Just take them. And my brother-in-law is like, I don't know what I would. We got to talk to them as we come out the door. This would be on them. So it ends up being 5 enormous boxes of video games that she ends up selling us for $1 a box in the end, packed with video games. So
and there was like Wii accessories and stuff too, wasn't there? There was other stuff too.
There was like a balance board and so there were some accessories so Nick went in to pay the $1 per box, right? And the woman's like, oh wait, here's another, this stuff goes with it too, and brings out this whole other box. And we're like, oh my God. And my brother-in-law and sister-in-law are, putting seats down in the car, and they're like, what is happening right now? Oh my God.
That's when the game of Jenga ensued, and or Tetris, I should say,
right?
trying to,
so I'm like, look,
everything.
This could all be absolute nothings, or there could be a really good one. I don't know. I'm not a game seller. I don't know. Anyway, in the end, so they had plans that night. Nick and I, they're like, what are y'all doing tonight? Nick and I are like, going through video games. So we spent a whole night like categorizing them all, like putting them per game system first, and then sports, action, whatever, and going through and, ones that were scratched, put them in a just donate box, get rid of them box, and ones that weren't scratched, keeping those. And
you did good, because by the time you had to confess to me, which Nick threw you under the bus, he literally grabbed your computer and was like,
where is that video? You better have taken that. It was on the front of one of our episode recordings.
You what?
Did you lose the video?
I don't know. It's probably here somewhere.
Okay.
I hit, it is somewhere in one of our clouds, because I hit record as soon as Nick grabbed that computer. He was like, come with me. But I couldn't be too mad, because you guys already had things categorized. You had your like cost of goods already figured out, like the whole you did pretty good. So
what I love,
how's the progress of this project going?
All right. First of all, I want to put one other thing I love about this whole thing is that night while my brother-in-law and sister-in-law are out at this party with a bunch of their friends, they're texting, have you found any gems yet? Any good ones? What's going on? Like, they were so invested now in video games, right? We don't like to thrift. We don't want to do this. They are so invested now. In fact, I listed and left stuff that they've already taken to the post office. Like, I listed stuff on eBay, but instead of bringing it here to then ship, they said if we boxed it up and, marked what was what, when it's sold, I could just send them the label and they'll ship it. So I have now a shipping department in Washington State. Just so
Right?
We're
My
cross
brother-in-law-
country now.
Right. My
Yes.
brother-in-law does shipping for me in Washington State. So they're down now to just 2 more items to sell and ship for me. But yeah. So anyway, we box them all up. Nick and I take these boxes of stuff that we are shipping back home to the post office, like 8 boxes. Now, it's not just stuff I sourced, 8 boxes of stuff like clothing, all kinds of things that we're shipping back because, I
Right.
was gone for 7 weeks. I had everything under the sun by then.
Right.
So we ship it all back. We get home and they're like, it'll be there by Friday. We're like, that doesn't matter. Whenever, we'll get home Monday, just whenever it comes, it comes. We just want the cheapest ground, whatever. Well, we are still missing box number 8, which is a box filled to the rim with video games.
Right.
Oh my gosh, you've already put so much work into that.
I know that $1 a box has gone up to like $20 now for all those, and now they're gone.
So there's no tracking, there's no update. And you're going to reach out to UPS next week after the holiday?
Yeah, we're going to do it this week. We'll probably do it Friday and just call Friday morning and say, okay, what's going on?
Because you've got like a whole community invested in this box now. Like, this is serious.
Right?
I'm ready to call UPS on your behalf and ask them.
I know. Samantha's like, can I just have the tracking number?
Not UPS.
I'll do it. Just, I need to know.
That's what we should make a public post with the tracking number so everybody can look at it.
So what I'm even most sad about, y'all, is that it wasn't the video games. There's a beautiful piece of artwork in there that I loved that I couldn't wait to list and sell. And it's in that box too. Yeah.
Oh, you know what I sold this month that I didn't know either was I had got 2 pieces. They were banks. It was like Judaic pottery. 2 different signed pieces.
Oh,
that's cool.
I just sold one of them, but I had never heard of these artists before.
Wow.
They were like, one was Noah's Ark and one was Fiddler on the Roof. Yeah, it was they were really cool. And just to look at all those different art pieces, that was really fun.
Very nice.
Hi,
Hey,
Tommy.
Tommy's in the house.
All right. I got to put Billy's
Joe.
thing up here. Thrifty, a better description for the Thrifty app when I explain to people. I say it's like a dating service for consigning.
It's true.
Brilliant. That's exactly what it is.
It's a matchmaker for those that have things to sell and those that want to sell them.
I love it.
Yes. Except there's no like swipe right or swipe left, right?
Maybe we should make that. Maybe we should suggest that to the developers. That would be funny.
That would be awesome.
All right, what else was in June? We're working hard. Focus on our listing.
We're re-listening to our summer slowdown episode and not making any of the big mistakes that we talked about. Because guys, we're teaching it, we're preaching it. We need to be reminded of it ourselves because summer is hard for most of us.
We don't make these videos for you guys. We make them for ourselves.
The truth comes out. The truth comes out.
It's like motivation in minutes. Like, I'm glad that the rest of you are all there, but like, it's because Samantha needs to get her butt out of bed for something and be lifted up in the morning. And like, that's.
I can't even remember my life before motivation minutes in all honesty.
Right?
Like, I don't even know how I did it.
Yes.
Definitely, I was a lot grumpier. I'll tell you that much.
A lot grumpier.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do remember that.
I think I just heard the front door. I'm hoping that my shipping department manager is arriving with a Starbucks to keep me through.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the UPS box. I was like, how dramatic would that be if it was the UPS box arriving?
Right here and there. No, I mean, who knows? Maybe he'll come in with one. I don't know. But I did ask for a coffee because if you're not a part of our Patreon, we do a co-working listing today from 1 to 3, which is so much fun. And we put a little, who's going to get how many listings, like how many listings are going to get done during this co-working time today. And so this is one of those days where I just needed a second coffee to get me through so I can meet my numbers that I committed to in our Patreon for our co-working time today.
Yeah, we're
I
gonna.
So I'm
have my-
hoping that a Starbucks is going to come through that door. I don't know.
I'm hoping for the UPS package, but okay.
Right?
I really
Tommy
want
said,
Starbucks.
What happened in June? Preparing for July heat.
There you
June.
go.
It's just the start of summer slowdown. Like
There you go.
it's rough. That's June.
rough.
Samantha had a very rough month. I had a rough month in the fact that I probably put triple the work in and made the same amount of money I was making before. Yeah, so it's not easy.
Our Q4 is going to rock.
I know.
That's my mantra. That's my
It
mantra.
is. It is. And I mean, every Q4, I'm like, I don't have time to list. I don't have time to list. You know, I'm spending all this time shipping. I don't have time to list. I'm doing it now. Like I don't listen to me complain about that this year.
Mhm.
All right.
Do not allow it. You are allowed to give me, and I told you so. Like I told you to just shut up and list all summer because you're not going to have time in Q4.
I'm
You're going to
really
be
good at
shitting your pants.
Yes.
Shit your pants.
Yes.
Shit your pants, girl.
All right. Well, are we ready to wrap it up, Molly? Aren't you booting us off? Come on, wrap it up.
I'm just waiting for that coffee to
She's
come.
like, I need coffee.
I want that coffee to come through that door right there.
I shook up my Thrive lunch, ready to go, ready to list.
All right.
Where's my coffee? I guess I'm not getting coffee.
Does
today.
he not know it's summer slowdown season and we
know.
need pick-me-ups? Like when we say we need a pick-me-up? Yes.
Yeah.
I text my husband at the same time, and he brought me coffee. So Nick needs to pick up that slack.
See, Tommy. Yeah.
Tommy, I don't think we can be friends anymore.
So Tommy doesn't realize that.
Does Tommy know my history with draft banks, or is he being legitimately helpful?
He's trying to be legitimately
I'm
helpful,
sorry.
but he doesn't understand
I've
your
been waiting
needs.
for my coffee.
Oh, there we go.
What's wrong with the other one?
Oh,
There we go.
oh, so jealous. That looks so good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
so-
local delivery.
Thank you, honey.
So Tommy, I cannot have a draft bank because I need immediate gratification.
She wants it listed to eBay instantly.
When I put all that work in, it has to go up. Like I can't save the listings. I just, for whatever reason, and I don't know if part of it, maybe I'm just gonna make excuses for myself. It really is just the need for immediate gratification. That's it.
Well, it didn't help that last year I made a draft bank. Granted, it was a small one. I had 4 or 5 items each day that we were at Boss go live. For the whole 10 days that I took off or whatever, I had 4 to 5 listings every single day. I made one freaking sale that whole week or whatever. It was terrible. So then that just pushed Livy even more to say, well, it doesn't matter. You don't have to schedule listings.
So we did our experiment while we were at Boss. Samantha did her nice little draft at listings the whole time and scheduled them out. And I was like, I don't draft listings. I'm just going all in. Molly, you're not allowed to draft listings in this store either.
Right?
Or schedule listings in this store either. And I was like, we're going to do this experiment. My sales were really good.
So
for no draft bank. So
yeah, yours did great. So for Gatlinburg, when I take another week or 10 days off or whatever, should I have a legitimate amount of sales or of posts scheduled? Like my full $2,000 something worth that week? And try it again? I don't know. Because it wasn't fair because it wasn't even how much I normally list in a week. It was just something.
Oh, right.
It was just a sprinkle,
okay.
a little sprinkle, but it wasn't my normal 20 items a day or whatever. So
yeah, I think you should build it up to 20 a day. That'll be a better experiment.
Yeah, let's make sure I'm hitting my actual goals for real time before I start worrying about what I'm scheduling. Let's make sure I do this now.
And please do not listen to us. So many people have luck with this draft bank.
Every business.
I've done the work and experiment. It does not work for my business.
But that doesn't
And
mean it won't work for
it
yours.
doesn't mean it doesn't work for you. I'm not disparaging it. I'm just saying what happens.
Let's
with
be
me,
real.
and
Even if it worked, she would not be able to have scheduled listings there. She wouldn't be able to do it. She would
Right.
need them to go
Right.
immediately.
Yeah.
like it is.
It's a thing.
I'm just saying, like, I can make all the excuses in the world, but the reality of it is, I need the immediate gratification, and I'm just going to
All right.
own it.
Now I'm going to cut you off because we have
Right.
5 minutes before our
gotta go.
co-working Zoom call with our Patreon people.
Now she got
And-
coffee and she's
Oh, look,
fine.
Joe just got back. Dadgummit, Joe, we missed you because now we got to go do our co-working Patreon group. And we need this 5 minutes to go.
I just can't wait to hug him in August.
I know.
I'm
Great.
just so excited. It's so
I know.
close.
Joe, are you ready? Are you ready, Joe?
Ready?
I can tell you this, Joe. Nick can't wait to meet you guys. So
Oh yes. I haven't even met Nick yet.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
Oh, that's right. That's
Oh.
right. You haven't met
Better be
Nick.
ready for a hug too. It's gonna
All
happen.
right.
Yeah.
Nick's going to be ready for squishes.
Yes. And to make me coffee.
That's right. I told him already.
That was
that
our
he's gonna
deal.
make
He
your
has to
coffee.
make me coffee.
Yeah.
I'm a spoiled princess.
Yeah.
Okay, we gotta go.
All right. We do have to go.
Shut up, Joe.
You stop that. Stop that. All right, y'all. Remember, like, follow, watch our episodes, give us all that good feedback. We
Oh,
need
give
you.
us a thumbs up on this if you're
Give us a
watching. That would be
thumbs up.
awesome.
All
Yeah.
those little things make such a big difference in keeping us here.
If you want to go list with us, we're going to our Patreon right now. We're gonna list
Bye.
together.
We'll see our Patreon friends over. If you feel left out, you can always go to Patreon and join. Consignmentchats.com. You can be one.